This video is going to be all about the cost of living in Suwanee, Georgia, my stomping grounds. We'll cover all the fundamentals, housing costs, transportation costs, basically all the stuff that you'll need to know. My name is Rip Pruitt, lovingly known as Rip the Realtor. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe if you like the video and keep watching to learn all about the cost of living in this classic Atlanta suburb, Suwanee, Georgia. Now, Suwanee's a small city. It's about 40 minutes or so northeast of Atlanta. Population is roughly 20,000 or so, and it's a beautiful place to live. You've got lots of parks, great outdoors, you're close to the Chattahoochee River. You've also got a great public school system, especially for youth athletes. Suwanee's a great place to raise a family. Lots of great neighborhoods around here with a variety of different single-family homes. And I've actually covered a lot of these in some of my other videos about Suwanee. And like I said, this video is all about the cost of living here. How does it tend to add up month to month? How does it stack up compared to other places in the Atlanta area, or the state of Georgia, or the US as a whole? To put it in general terms, Suwanee is more expensive than Atlanta, more expensive than Georgia on average, and more expensive than the US average. So if you had to score it with just one number, which really actually a lot of places do, like bestplaces.net for example, then the US would be a 100. Now Atlanta would be 107.5 and Suwanee would actually be 116.8. The state of Georgia overall would only be 93.4. This is helpful and unhelpful at the same time. It shows you that Suwanee is overall more expensive than other places, but it's pretty vague. So let's go into some more detail. Starting with rent, for all you renters out there, if you're looking to rent a place in Suwanee, expect to pay about $1,488 a month. Now that's pretty high. The US average is more like $1,000 a month. City of Atlanta is $1,150 a month. Still, you can find other Atlanta suburbs above and below that. Cumming, Georgia is slightly below $1,000 a month, while Johns Creek is even higher than Suwanee at almost $1,700 a month. And good old Alpharetta, roughly the same, right around $1,450. Something else might be worth knowing is that the majority of people living in Suwanee are not renters, only about 25%. The rest are homeowners. Which brings me to the next point, the cost of owning a home in Suwanee, Georgia. Of course, this is connected to the cost of rent. Property values in general are higher here, so it's no surprise that homes cost more than the national average. As of the end of October 2021, home values in Suwanee were getting pretty close to $500,000 on average. The graph here looks like a hockey stick. Since October 2020, a year earlier, that's more than $100,000 increase. 27% in just a year. Not only are property values skyrocketing, they're growing exponentially. No telling how high these prices will be in a few months, really let alone a year or two from now. Also, properties are selling faster, averaging less than 30 days on the market now. Of course, one thing to keep in mind is the value you're getting in return, because Suwanee is close to the big city, but you're out in the outskirts where there's lots of nature, lots of land, lots of space. The average type of home you're going to find out here looks pretty different from a home in the middle of Atlanta or someplace like New York or San Francisco, where everything is more crammed and stacked on top of each other. Other costs associated with housing in Suwanee and the Atlanta area in general are more agreeable. Utilities and groceries, they're pretty much spot on with the national average. As for transportation, that's a little more complicated. It really depends on your situation. Gas is cheap. You can still find gas for less than $3 a gallon pretty easy all around here. Car insurance, that's not so cheap. Again, it really depends on who you are, how old you are, your driving record. But look at it this way. In the US overall average, the average minimum insurance cost is about $565 a year. Average full coverage costs about $1,674 a year. In the state of Georgia, minimum insurance is $756. Full coverage is almost $2,000. I know you don't need me to tell you, but that's a lot more. Why? One unfortunate reason is that Georgia highways are the 4th most dangerous in the country when it comes to fatal auto accidents. Another reason is because, unlike many other states, Georgia doesn't put a cap on raising premiums. Insurance companies can hike up the prices much more aggressively here than in other states. And, big shocker, they often do. Other reasons include the fact that auto repairs are really expensive in Georgia, and there's an unusually high number of uninsured drivers, an estimated 12%. Both of these are obvious results of the high cost of insurance in the first place. So it's this vicious cycle that we got going on. Now it's time for the most exciting part of all. Not really. But what are you going to be paying in taxes living in Suwanee, Georgia? In the Peach State, you've got 3 different taxes to worry about. Income tax, property tax, and sales tax. We got all 3 of them here. Georgia income tax has 6 brackets, but frankly, you don't have to be Jeff Bezos to be in the very highest bracket. Once you make a whopping more than $10,000 a year, which you're going to have to if you're living in Suwanee, then you're there, paying 5.75% of your income every year in taxes. The average per capita income in Gwinnett County and Forsyth County is roughly between $30,000 and $35,000. So we're talking about giving back something like $1,800 to $2,000 a year. That's just one of the 3 taxes. You've also got sales tax, which is 4% in Georgia, but don't be fooled into thinking that applies statewide, because rates vary a lot between local municipalities. In some places, you're paying 9% sales tax. In Suwanee, sales tax is 6%. And last but not least, you've got property taxes. Now here, got some good news for you. We've got low property taxes in Georgia on average, just 0.87%. On average, Georgia property owners are paying $800 less than the national average, and in Suwanee, where property values are higher, this benefit's even greater. As far as cost of living goes, living in Suwanee comes with a mix of benefits and drawbacks. Property taxes are low, but income tax and sales tax tend to be pretty high. Filling up your car is cheap, but insuring it, not so cheap. Overall, it's more expensive to live in Suwanee, but keep in mind, there's a reason why that is. Suwanee's an awesome place to live. You've got a diverse community, tons of sports and outdoors, events, places to go, things to do. It's an amazing place to raise a family. It's also a very connected place, close to the biggest city in the South, and it's a great place to launch a career. I personally have done both living in Suwanee, and I love it here. I hope you found this video helpful. As always, don't be shy. If you got questions about anything, leave a comment or give me a call on my phone. I'd love to help and be a resource for you with all the things that you need to know Suwanee related. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace. Love y'all.